It was always a ritual for my parents to sit in our small garden. My mother would carry a pot of tea along with some cakes, and sometimes she'd bring bread. She would sit beside my father under the large apple tree, its branches casting dense, cool shadows over the garden. The sun didn't hit them as harshly under the tree's canopy. To us children, that spot beneath the tree held countless stories and memories. It was our sanctuary where every problem found a solution, where all our requests were met. We'd receive counsel from our father, but the severity of his judgments was always softened by my mother and her pot of tea. My father worked in an auto repair shop and would come home exhausted after a day that started at dawn. Despite his fatigue, he'd eat, then venture into the garden with a pair of gardening shears and settle down. He treated the garden plants like his own children, sometimes speaking to the flowers as we played. "Why do you look so wilted today?" he'd ask a rose, brushing it gently with his hand. We'd laugh at him, and he'd laugh along with us, saying, "Why are you laughing at me?" with a smile upon his face. Our lives were simple yet beautiful, but our demands were many. We were unaware of the burdens our father carried, wrongly thinking everything came easily. We didn't realize he was taking on debts to fulfill our desires. I always wished to see my father in new clothes for a change. His attire was old and patched. My mother's situation was similar. Every time he promised to buy her something, she'd say, "Where would I go with it? If I ever need something, I'll buy it on installment from the neighbor." She would even go to buy something for herself only to return with clothes for us instead, leaving my father puzzled.